Hello again. This video is going to be about Rose of Sharon flower essence. So I have my Rose of Sharon stock bottle here of this flower essence that I made probably several years ago. And I just want to share with you a little bit about this flower. This is a beautiful flower that is really like a hibiscus flower that grows on trees. And you'll probably see these in a lot of people's yards. They're fairly common. And if you know what a hibiscus flower looks like, just imagine that blooming on a tree. I think, I didn't look this up officially, but they do start to bloom around midsummer and bloom into the fall time. And there will be, you'll see them in colors of white, pink, light purple. I think I've seen them in a light blue, maybe even a hot pink. So there's different colors, which is really fun. And we do have a bunch of trees that line the front of the property here, to the right and to the left. So my mom apparently really loves these. So sorry, this connection thing. Okay, so we almost have we do have a fence, a fence of, not an official fence, but a fence that was but my mom sort of created along the property line on both sides. So really pretty. So the flower essence, let me just share with you some of the properties. Is a powerful flower of joy used to heal emotional exhaustion, guilt, and anger, often related to past abuse or carrying excessive misplaced responsibility. So that's what this flower essence can help people with. It fosters inner calm, self-forgiveness, and connects the user to their divine heart, promoting emotional release and spiritual grounding. Let's see. It addresses deeply held tension and helps release suppressed emotions, particularly for those that may be feeling overwhelmed or like they're carrying the weight of the world. Regarding joy and divine connection, it acts as an antidote to sadness, helping to lift the spirit and connect to the Christ energy, so Christ consciousness energy, or the divine, pure love within the heart. It's beautiful. And I mean, just looking at it brings such joy, I think. We do have hibiscus plants in the house, and then in the summer we bring them outside, and it's one of my favorite. But to actually see this on a tree, and it's a perennial, so they just keep whenever they start to bloom, which like I said, I think is sometime mid to late summer, and then they'll bloom into the fall. Okay, another one of the properties is self-forgiveness. It helps to break down the illusion of duality, so good versus bad, and aids in releasing self-blame, allowing for a deeper, more loving acceptance of oneself. And then regarding spiritual grounding, it helps to provide a stabilizing, grounding energy to help clear inner turmoil. Let's see if there's some other little nuggets here that I can get for you. And I just scrolled right past everything. Okay. Yeah, it just recaps. So for people that are feeling overly responsible or burdened by others, this is a great flower essence. Anyone suffering from exhaustion, anxiety, or restless sleep, this is another great one. Holding onto guilt, anger, or deep emotional wounds. And for anyone that has difficulty expressing their emotions, Rose of Sharon is a really fantastic flower essence for that. So for those of you that may be new to these videos, the way that I work with flower essences is that I make my own in the warmer months. I I have 60 or so that I'm working with actively, but I do have some more that I need to sort of bring out of my storage area. So I do have more than 60, but 60 that I'm working with actively now. And I have them in a couple of boxes. They look just like this. So this is Rose of Sharon. And I take my pendulum and I pretty much hover over each of them till I get a yes. So the pendulum is either going to give me a no or a yes. And when I get a yes, I will pull that bottle. And when I'm doing a custom blend for people, so I will pull the bottle, and then just to make sure that that one is for that person, I'll ask again, yes or no. And typically I get a yes, because I got a yes the first time. So typically I usually will get the yes again. I just like to do that. Sometimes there will be like 12 or 15 essences. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot. And it's okay. That's not an unheard of number. There can absolutely be 12 or 15 essences that I put into a custom flower blend. But I just do my, I just check again, like, are all of these meant to be in this blend this time? So I usually get a yes again. What else do I want to say? So the reason I'm talking about Rose of Sharon today is I did a flower essence custom blend for myself the other day, and Rose of Sharon is one that came up in the mix for me this time. So that definitely helps. I think bringing in more joy this time of year is something that I can absolutely use more of. And there were some other parts there that that I'm working through that it will help to support. So I do have a lot of videos, and I'm adding more regarding flower essences. And so if you'd like to check out the playlist, which is simply flower essences, you can see some of the other ones that I've done videos for. I do the custom blends for people, and I have just started doing a monthly flower essence for the collective, so for anyone. So I have one up for February, and probably starting next week or so, I'm going to tune in and see what the flower essence for March is for the collective, so I can start getting information out to people on that. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I will drop the link in below if you're interested in a flower essence. And again, this was Rose of Sharon, which is that beautiful hibiscus flower that blooms on the trees during the warmer months. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching.